Alright guys, I've got a quick joke for you. What did one math textbook say to the other math textbook? Hey, leave me alone, I got enough of my own problems. Anyways, this is the second video called Real World Application, and I've only got one example, so this shouldn't even be plural here, where it says the agenda is examples. It's going to be a short video. Your I can statement is to be able to explain the significance and meaning of a slope and y-intercept in a real-world problem or scenario. Okay, here's your number clue. This mystery number is less than 100. All right, and here's really the only example I was going to make you sit through here. It says a submarine is already underwater when it received orders to quickly dive. The graph below shows its descent. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. If you forgot what that is, that's y equals mx plus b. And then describe the meaning of the slope and y-intercept in relation to the situation. So I'm looking at the graph that was given here, and I need to first, I think, write an equation. That's the first thing it asked me to do, and I think that's going to help me. So as you remember, if we wanted to go from y equals mx plus b to an equation, we really need to know what b is, the y-intercept, and we need to know what m is, which is the slope. So remember, this is the slope, and this is your y-intercept. Well, in this particular case, it looks like our graph of this blue line here starts on the y-axis right at about negative 10 meters. Meters is a unit of length. So that lets me know that the y-intercept is at the point 0, negative 10, which means that b must be negative 10. So now I know, okay, y equals mx plus a negative 10, or I'm just going to write that as minus 10 because that means the same thing. But I still need to know what m is. So I'm going to find 2 points, and I'm going to do rise over run. First, I know that my slope is going to be negative because, let me get rid of this, kind of looks funny, because it's sloping downward. We're descending, so it's got to be a negative slope. So this is the point right here of 1, negative 15, right? Yeah, I think I got that right. And this point here is 2, negative 20. So it looks like the vertical difference, or the changes in y, is 5. So that's going to go in the numerator. And it looks like the change in the run is just 1. But I know it's got to be a negative slope because it's sloping down. So that means that m must be a negative 5. And another way I could have done it is I could have just subtracted my y's and subtracted my x's. So now I can finish off this equation. Negative 5 is the slope, so I'm going to plug that in. So we have y equals negative 5x minus 10. Now we need to be able to describe the meaning of the slope and the y-intercept in relation to what's going on here. So what does the slope mean? Well, if the slope, which is the vertical difference, I'm sorry, not the vertical difference, but the vertical difference over the horizontal difference, how this line's going down, essentially, is negative 5, that must mean that this submarine is descending at a rate of 5 meters per minute. Because every time it goes down 5 meters, it took a minute to do it. So after 1 minute, we went down from negative 10 to negative 15. After 2 minutes, we went from negative 15 to negative 20. So every minute, we're going down another 5 meters. So our slope is a negative 5 meters per minute. Negative meaning we're going down. The y-intercept simply is where the sub, I should write that where first, where the sub started, or began, I'll say. Because it said a submarine is already underwater. So this sub must have began right here at negative 10 meters below the surface. And if you're not sure what a meter is just more than 3 feet. So that's, roughly a little more than 30 feet underwater, which, depending on the, water, you may not even be able to see it that deep. If it's really clear water, you might be able to see it under. If it's dirty water, you probably wouldn't even be able to see it. So that's pretty deep, but it goes all the way down here to negative 35 just after 5 minutes. And so the y-intercept is in this particular concept is where the sub began, and the slope is how fast the sub is going down. And you'll notice the graph stops here. I didn't ask you to describe what the endpoint meant here, but this probably means that the sub, after about 5 minutes, stopped at negative 35 meters. Anyways, that's just one example. You've got a few problems like this where you're going to use the slope and y-intercept to try and describe what they mean, and good luck.